Today we are creating a quick and easy baby shower theme that is going to feature a baby swinging in a little hammock. And this is a design that is really cute but also really simple and easy for any skill level. So I hope you enjoy it. I am working with a double barrel 6-inch cake today. And if you have never made a double barrel cake, we have a tutorial on that. But it's basically 2 stacked tiers that are the same size. So about halfway up you would have a cake board and you would have your supports beneath. And then you just frost it all as one. So with this cake it's already settled, and then I went ahead and applied my final coat of frosting, and immediately I'm going back in before it really has a chance to crust, and I'm just adding some vertical lines just because I really like textured buttercream. It's quick and easy. You don't have to worry about making everything so perfectly smooth, and I just like the look. So I'm going to carry this pattern all the way around, and we'll meet right back. Just to show you where we are, I have already gone all the way around the sides of the cake with my little pattern, and I'm just going around the top now, and I'm just dragging my spatula from the edge toward the center. So I'm just kind of keeping an eye on the very center of the cake and aiming for that. And just scrape your spatula off if it starts to get too much buildup. Okay, so that's it. We are gonna chill this. I like to chill my tiers before I transfer them to the pedestal. So I'll chill this in the freezer for maybe 5 minutes, and then we'll move it to the pedestal. Now I'm going to pipe with buttercream 2 trees, and we are going to connect a hammock to those trees a little bit later. So for the trunk, I am piping with just a small round tip, a little 3 tip, and you could also use a small star tip. There's lots of different piping tips that you could use. I like the small round one just so I can get a few different rows of piping in, and that gives a more textured look to the tree trunk. Okay, so I marked, and you probably can't see, but just really faintly with my paintbrush, a dot here and a dot here. That's where my tree trunks are going to be. It's about a 4-inch distance apart. And I'm just going to start right in and carry it all the way, and maybe we'll start branching out about here. And a lot of these upper branches will be covered with our leaves, but I'm just getting the basic kind of framework down right now. And let's do the other side. I like to pipe trees. You can see I'm not too precise with my piping. It just always seems to work out with trees because the leaves are nice and full, and it just makes everything look right. So this is just our basic starting point. Okay, so with the 352 tip, it just has a V-shaped notch taken out of the center. I like this leaf tip the best, or this style, because your leaves are going to be pointed every time. So I'm just going to turn it so it's this way, and we'll just start filling in. You can make tiny little leaves or larger ones, whatever you would like. And we're just going to kind of pipe in all different directions. Okay, so we'll fill this space right here. And I'll let some of the leaves extend up past the top edge of the cake to kind of fill things out. Okay, so I'm just going to continue with this side, and we will meet back in just a second. Okay, so you can see I've filled in a lot of leaves, and I'll probably still add some more, but I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and put our hammock on the cake, And that way I'll know exactly where the hammock's going to be and where I need to fill in with some more leaves. So what I have down here is some pink fondant that I've rolled out. And this is Liz Merrick fondant. The countertop you want to make sure has been prepared with light coating of vegetable shortening so that the fondant won't stick. And I've just made a cut. I'm just cutting out a basic hammock shape, a basic crescent shape. And if your fondant's too stretchy, you could just let it set a little bit more before trying to pick it up, or you can knead in a little bit of tie lace before rolling it out. Okay, so this is our basic little shape, and let's see if it is a good fit. I think that'll be fine. What I'm going to do is just fold over the top, and I might help using a little paintbrush. Let me get it started. Or you can make a polka dotted hammock or whatever you want to do to cuten things up. But this is a really easy way. So just folding it over and pressing it down slightly.
It's like a ruffle.
Yeah, it looks like a little ruffle. Okay, so quick and easy. And I think that adds a lot. All right. So I'm just going to glue it to the cake with a little buttercream because our buttercream that we frosted the cake with is a crusting buttercream. It has already crusted, so this would not stick to the cake at this point. So adding a little bit of fresh buttercream. And I'll just kind of center it. I'm pressing it down to secure it. And then I'm leaving this a little bit open at the top. Okay, so I think it looks really cute. Okay, now I'm making a fondant bow for each tree trunk. So I rolled out a thin snake of fondant, and now I've got one loop on one side and another on this side. So you're almost making a heart shape, and then just kind of squeeze everything together. For just a really quick and simple bow, or you could just pipe a bow and that would work well too. Okay, I'm going to let this one set up for a minute, and here's one that I've already made for one side. So I'll just put a little dot of buttercream on the back, and we'll just attach it really close to our hammock, right on the tree trunk. Okay. Now we are working on the little baby face, and you can see I've already drawn a little face on a circle of fondant. This fondant is still a little bit soft, but it's dry to the touch. So this was the fondant that we cut the face from. Rolled it fairly thin, and it was tinted with Americolor copper coloring gel, and I just used a basic piping tip, the bottom, to cut out my circles. I mean, I cut out a few just in case I wasn't happy with one of them. Okay, using my food coloring pens, I just drew on my eyes and a little mouth. And for the nose, it's optional. It's such a cartoony little face, but I just carved just the tiniest little semicircle into the face with a toothpick. And now we have our cute little face. Next, I'm going to add a little blush because I do like little rosy cheeks. So just take whatever light pink petal dust you might have on hand if you'd like to add this. And a dry brush, and I just kind of dust it on. And then we'll flip it over. I see a mess up smiley face I did on the back. Okay, put a little buttercream glue on the back, and we'll just slide it in. Slide her in like she's peeking out. Okay, and I wanted to show you, I don't know if you can see, but I decided to pipe just a tiny bit of yellow buttercream just to make it look like a little bit of the blanket or body is peeking out of the hammock. as a little optional step. So for my little strand of hair, I'm just going to use buttercream. I'm just going to hold this little Wilton tip 1 on top of this piping bag right here because it doesn't have a coupler in it. Just real quick, we'll just do it this way just so I'm sure to have just a very small little ribbon of buttercream. Start piping and pull straight up. Well, it went down, but I still think that could be cute. Let's see what we think. Okay, I still think that this is cute. Let's make it curl. I'm gonna just add some dots to this tree on the right. I've already done it with the tree on the left. And just use a small round piping tip or no tip at all like I did. Just squeeze it from both sides so it's nice and round for the opening. And then we'll just add, this is a way for us to add some cuteness and color to the trees. And I might add some more leaves here and there too. Okay, so we'll fill in with dots, and also at the base, I'm gonna skip to the base for a second. I have my grass tip, which is the Wilton 233 tip with all of the holes in it. And we'll just pipe some grass. So touch down and then pull up as long as you would like the grass to be. And then, for instance, right here, can come in and add some more color, which just at a glance looks like tiny little flowers. So just dots of color here and there. Okay, so we are almost finished. I've added a branch here and there to kind of lower the tree a little bit so we could bring in our leaves a little bit lower. So for example, here I could just pipe another little branch, and that would allow me to really easily just pipe another leaf or two a little bit lower. So these trees are so easy and forgiving because you can just add to them little by little until you're happy with the look. I've added a lot of dots to the trees, and I think that really fills it up and makes it look nice. Also along the bottom, I did go ahead and pipe a lot of grass and just dotted it with yellow and pink and white buttercream. So I really like the color that brings in also. Finally, cute little bunnies, and these are really, really easy to do. I just wanted to bring a little 3D element and have some interest down at the grass level. So that is just a ball of fondant, white fondant for the body, and just kind of mush it on the table until it can stand on its own. So sort of almost like a gumdrop shape. And then I have this little ball that I already made a little face of 2 dots for the eyes and a dot for the nose. And then just attach it with a little piping gel or a little water. And for the ears, it's just 2 tiny little balls of fondant that we flatten. If you want to add a little pink to the center, you can. If you want to take a toothpick or a paintbrush handle, you can flatten it a little bit for an indentation. And then you can just allow it to set enough where it will stand up straight on its own. Or you can just let them be floppy ears. So that's all there is to that. And of course the little tail at the back is just a little ball of fondant. Okay, let me just stick a little ball of it in. But anyway, this is about as simple as it gets for a little fondant figure. And it's just something really cute, I think, for the cake. Okay, so our cake is finished, and I think it turned out really cute. This is a great tutorial to keep in mind when you have a baby shower that you're making a cake for, and you need something that's really cute and fun and quick to do. So I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.